All right, brew day. Trying something a little different. I've got my brew pot way up high this time. I figure I'm not fooling around with certain things inside it, so it should be good. I am currently filling water. You can see my dots on the side. There's 4. There's 4 right under my finger. 5 is right there, so that's my gallon marks. I also have a dipstick that can be used for that. And then I'm going to put some more water in here, some hot water once I put everything back together, just to start warming this guy up. That's probably about good. We'll just put a couple of gallons in here. Or almost to 2 already. Close enough. Hang that back up. Get it out of the way. Put this lid on. Yeah. Now we wait. Now, I put the majority of my grain in the oven. And I had it on 170 for about 5 or 10 minutes and then just turned it off, letting this warm up because it had been in the freezer for the last 30 days. The rest of it I just left out on the counter because it was small enough amounts, and they're both definitely warmed up to room temperature. That still feels a little cool, but it's warm enough. It's definitely warmer than the garage temperature even, so we're good. 169, 170, it'll be close enough. So I'm going to start putting some in here. That'll do. Half a pound of Special B. £3 pounds, I think, of this. £12 pounds a pail. And in it goes. Which I can't do one hand. Looking good. I'm going to check the temperature here before I put too much more in case I need a little ice. Alright, so I'm going to throw in a couple of ice cubes. So we're at 150. I think that's good. We'll just leave it be. I'm going to get a little bit of warm water and pour it along the sides just to get rid of that. So after an hour and a half, here's what we've got. Just under 6 gallons. Oh, it's a good soupy mix. Look at that. Nice. So I'm going to stir it around a little bit and we're going to start the sparging process. So I'm going to have to move it up on top of my workbench, and then I'll move that guy underneath it. That's, well, in a bit. And that's how it's going to end up getting down, or getting sparged. So I've started this process. The first 4, 8, 16, I don't know, however many cups. I've already done this twice. And you can see there's very little sediments in there. So I think we're pretty good. So all I've been doing is draining out a bunch of this and pouring it back in. Pouring it back in along the side of my colander here, just so it doesn't disturb it too much. But you can see it's relatively pretty good. So I'm going to start the actual drain into the into my brew pot. I'll get that turned just right and just start it draining. Where there's a will, there's a way. I made a little funnel. Rather than propping this guy up a few more inches, I just made a little funnel. So now, look at that. So I'm going to rethink my original contraption. Here, I've still got this. I've still got another clamp I can use that should. So it's just the way it's angled on there is enough to hold it. So I'm going to start to sparge. I should have sparge water in the kitchen. And there we go. Sparging has started. In it goes. Lovely brown color. We'll see where we end up with. Now that I got it tuned in a little bit, I no longer need the funnel, which means I can now pop this off and check. Here's my marks. I can see them. There you can see 5, so we're at about 4 gallons right now, but it's still dribbling out. I will sparge more if I need more water in there. All right, so we're getting near the end of that. I think I'm going to run more sparge water through, so I'm going to go heat some up. Because I might as well get as much of that out as I can. And I've only got on the order of 4 gallons here. Damn it, hurry up. We're down to no on top, so it should be done soon. But still. Dribble, dribble, dribble. We are just about finished with the sparging process. It's been like an hour farting around with this thing. I'm going to jiggle it and see if I can get a little more to come out for a minute. Actually, that's tipped up for the bits in there, and that should stop it. Well, you know what? I'm thinking I'm calling it good. Finished. So now it's time to get to the boil. Equipment relocated. A pound of honey makes the beer taste good. That's about right. Carefully measured, of course. And a pound of amber sugar, candy sugar, makes the beer taste good. Boy, that put a damper on it. You hear it? Now it's time to stir for like 10 minutes until all this is good to go. Till I don't hear the crunchies anymore. All right, what do I have for hops? 2 ounces in the whole boil, 60 minutes. Perfect. You can see my triple recipe on the left here, and then this is the one I'm making right now. 60 at 148. I did an hour and a half at 150, 151, but then I went down to, at the end, about 146, so I think it's fine. Put in my 2 pounds, my candied dark, and my honey. So I just got to grab my hops, and put them in, which I could probably just go ahead and do that, but I need a bag. And then nothing else to do except bring it to a boil and let her boil for about 50 or 55 minutes. Yum. Hops. Boy, if you could smell it right now, just turned smelling good. There she blows. So I'm gonna have to start stirring in earnest for a few minutes until the foam goes down. This is not the ideal situation, but it'll happen. We'll just turn off the heat if we need to for a moment. As soon as it breaks, there it went. Yeah, it's starting to see how they're see, it'll foam up. If you can get a hole and keep it, then we should be good. That's usually the key that it won't boil over after that. Yeah, there it goes. All right, we should have no more problems with the boilovers. All right. We've been just about an hour on the boil, maybe just a few minutes longer. Let's find our hops. There they are. I'm going to pull those guys out and let them start draining for a little while, and I'll be back. After much blowing on fingers, I finally got a hold of it. It's good. And the fire is out. we've dropped to just about 4 gallons. There's my 4. So 1.25 gallons boil off, which is not unreasonable, which gives me about 1.5 gallons I could use for a fast break. You'll see where that goes in at. But for now, while everything's still super hot, in goes this to sterilize just a little bit, and then we'll get started. So obviously nearly boiling, still going up quickly, and down will come. I cannot hold this and that at the same time.
You can see it down there, it's steaming.
And in just these few minutes, we're already down to 140. Yeah, 135, 140. So I'm going to keep stirring. I like to stir the inside. So we're at about 2 minutes. And after 2 minutes, we're at 125, 130? Yeah, something like that. So we're going to stir for just another moment or two. And then I'm going to dump in that gallon of cold ice water, and it's going to drop to 70 degrees or 80 degrees. There we go. Now we have 5.5 gallons. Ha, 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 ha. That also helped with aeration. And we have been cooled off. By the way, it's 59 degrees in here. Look at that. We're going to be at 80-ish, maybe 85. Plenty good. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Yes, that's a garden hose. It has been sanitized. Just a little snippet. I don't know where the rest of the hosing went that would have done this, but that's fine. It works just fine. I'll just turn it on. You'll see. There it is. And noisy as all get out, which is good because we want air in there. So this is great. All right, look at that. Beautiful. Now I'm going to start cleaning up while this finish is coming over. And here we are ensconced safely in the mechanical room. All those copper pipes keep things warm. That's from the in-floor heating. So tends to keep it, we're at around 68 to 70 degrees in here, which is perfect. Currently we're at 72 according to this. Yeah, give or take, 72, 73. I just went on ahead and put in the yeast. I have great faith this will be a wonderful batch of beer. Also, none of these mamby-pamby little things. Goodness, I got a full blow-off tube. Ah, excuse the mess. So we should be good here. Like, that can't plug. Yay, I've had plugs. It's not fun.